In the heart of pre-Columbian Mexico, the Aztec capital of Tenochtitlán was a city of grandeur and mystique. Towering temples dedicated to the gods pierced the sky, their stone steps echoing with the prayers and offerings of the people. It was here, in the shadow of the great Templo Mayor, that a young warrior named Cuauhtli was destined to begin his extraordinary journey. Cuauhtli, whose name meant eagle, was a fearless warrior known for his strength and agility. His broad shoulders and muscular frame were a testament to the countless battles he had fought. Yet, beneath his formidable exterior, he carried a heart full of loyalty and an unwavering sense of duty to his people. He was beloved by his fellow warriors and revered by the citizens of Tenochtitlán. One fateful night, under a blood-red moon, Cuauhtli was summoned to the high priest's chamber. The air was thick with incense, and the walls were adorned with vibrant murals depicting the gods in their celestial domains. The high priest, an old man with deep-set eyes that seemed to pierce through Cuauhtli's soul, stood beside an intricately carved altar. He held a scroll, ancient and fragile, inscribed with the sacred glyphs of the Aztec language. Cuauhtli, the high priest intoned, his voice resonating with authority and age-old wisdom. The gods have spoken. A prophecy has been revealed, one that foretells a great cataclysm that will befall our land. Only a chosen warrior can prevent this disaster and save our people from destruction. You, Cuauhtli, have been chosen by the gods. Cuauhtli's heart pounded in his chest as he listened to the high priest's words. He felt a mixture of honor and trepidation. "What must I do, revered one?" he asked, his voice steady despite the gravity of the moment. "The gods have decreed that you must travel through the vast expanse of the Aztec Empire," the high priest explained. "You will face mythical creatures and ancient gods, overcome trials that will test your strength and spirit, and ultimately fulfill your destiny to prevent the catastrophic prophecy. Your journey begins at dawn." As the first light of dawn bathed Tenochtitlán in a golden hue, Cuauhtli prepared for his journey. He donned his warrior's attire, a jaguar pelt for protection, a shield adorned with the emblem of the eagle, and a Cuauhtli, an obsidian-edged sword, by his side. He bid farewell to his family and fellow warriors, promising to return victorious. With a heart full of determination, Cuauhtli set forth on his quest, unaware of the trials and tribulations that awaited him. Cuauhtli's journey led him through dense jungles and across vast plains, each step bringing him closer to his destiny. The first of many trials came as he approached a sacred cenote, a natural sinkhole filled with crystal-clear water. It was said to be the dwelling place of Cuauhtli, the feathered serpent god, revered for his wisdom and power. As Cuauhtli knelt by the cenote to quench his thirst, the waters began to ripple and churn. From the depths emerged a colossal serpent, its scales shimmering like emeralds in the sunlight. The serpent's eyes, bright and intelligent, locked onto Cuauhtli. "Who dares disturb my sanctuary?" the serpent hissed, its voice a blend of menace and curiosity. Cuauhtli stood his ground, his hand gripping the hilt of his Cuauhtli. "I am Cuauhtli, chosen by the gods to prevent a great catastrophe. I seek your wisdom, Cuauhtli, to guide me on my journey." The serpent regarded Cuauhtli for a moment before responding. "To earn my guidance, you must prove your worth. Answer my riddle, warrior, and I shall aid you." Cuauhtli nodded, his mind sharp and ready. The serpent began. "I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with the wind. What am I?" Cuauhtli pondered the riddle, the answer eluding him for a moment. Then, with a flash of insight, he spoke, "You are an echo." The serpent's eyes gleamed with approval. "You are wise, Cuauhtli. I shall grant you my guidance. In your journey, you will encounter trials that test your courage, wisdom, and strength. Remember, the true power lies not in your weapon, but in your heart and mind. With Quetzalcoatl's blessing, Cuauhtli continued his journey, his resolve stronger than ever. The serpent's words echoed in his mind as he ventured deeper into the unknown. The path led Cuauhtli to the dense jungles of the Yucatan Peninsula, where the air was thick with humidity and the calls of exotic birds filled the canopy. Here, he would face the second trial, one that tested his bravery and combat skills. Deep within the jungle, Cuauhtli encountered a village terrorized by a legendary creature, the jaguar god, Tezcatlipoca. The villagers spoke of a fearsome beast that emerged each night, its roars echoing through the trees as it hunted anyone who dared to wander after dusk. Determined to help the villagers and prove his worth, Cuauhtli set out to confront Tezcatlipoca. As night fell, he prepared a trap, using his keen senses and warrior instincts. He fashioned a decoy, a figure made of branches and leaves, to lure the jaguar god into the open. The moon rose high, casting an eerie glow over the jungle. Cuauhtli waited in the shadows, his heart pounding with anticipation. Suddenly, a low growl resonated through the trees, and the ground trembled as the massive jaguar emerged. Its eyes, glowing like molten gold, fixed on the decoy. With a roar, Tezcatlipoca lunged at the figure, only to realize it was a ruse. In that moment of distraction, Cuauhtli sprang into action, his Cuauhtli slashing through the air. The jaguar god turned, its powerful muscles coiling as it prepared to strike. A fierce battle ensued, the clash of warrior and god reverberating through the jungle. Cuauhtli's agility and strength were put to the test as he dodged the beast's razor-sharp claws and countered with precision strikes. The fight seemed to last an eternity, each moment a testament to Cuauhtli's training and determination. Finally, with a mighty blow, Cuauhtli struck Tezcatlipoca's side, wounding the god. The jaguar let out a deafening roar before retreating into the shadows, acknowledging Cuauhtli's victory. Breathing heavily, Cuauhtli stood victorious. The villagers, who had witnessed the battle from a distance, emerged from their homes, their faces filled with awe and gratitude. They hailed Cuauhtli as a hero, offering him gifts and blessings for his journey. With renewed vigor and the villagers' support, Cuauhtli continued his quest, knowing that each trial brought him closer to fulfilling his destiny. Cuauhtli's journey took him next to the serene shores of Lake Texcoco. The lake, shimmering under the midday sun, was said to be a gateway to Mictlan, the underworld. Here, Cuauhtli would face his most perilous trial yet, a confrontation with Tenochtitlán, the god of death. As Cuauhtli approached the water's edge, he felt a chill in the air, and the once calm surface of the lake began to swell. From the depths emerged a skeletal figure, draped in a cloak of shadows, with eyes like burning coals. Tenochtitlan's presence exuded an aura of death and decay. Cuauhtli, chosen by the gods, the death god intoned, his voice a hollow echo. You seek to prevent the prophecy, but first, you must prove your courage by facing the realm of the dead. Cuauhtli stood resolute, his eyes meeting the gods unflinchingly. I will do whatever it takes to save my people and fulfill my destiny. Tenochtitlan raised a bony hand, and the waters of the lake parted, revealing a path that led into darkness. Enter Mictlan and retrieve the sacred amulet of Tenochtitlan, the sun god. Only then will you have the power to avert the cataclysm. Without hesitation, Cuauhtli stepped onto the path, descending into the underworld. The air grew colder, and the light of the sun faded, replaced by an oppressive darkness. Shadows moved around him, whispering forgotten secrets and tales of sorrow. As he ventured deeper, Cuauhtli encountered spirits of the dead, their forms ethereal and translucent. They reached out to him, their voices a chorus of despair. Turn back, living one, they warned. Mictlan is no place for the living. But Cuauhtli pressed on, his determination unwavering. He navigated the treacherous terrain, crossing rivers of blood and climbing mountains of bones. Each step was a testament to his courage and resolve. At last, he reached the heart of Mictlan, where a grand temple stood, shrouded in an eerie light. Inside, on an altar, lay the amulet of Tenochtitlan, its golden surface glowing with a radiant warmth. Cuauhtli approached the altar, his hand reaching out to grasp the amulet. As his fingers closed around the amulet, a blinding light enveloped him, and he was transported back to the shores of Lake Texcoco. Tenochtitlán stood before him, a hint of respect in his hollow eyes. "You have done the impossible, Cuauhtli," the death god said. "Take the amulet and use its power wisely. The path ahead is fraught with danger, but you have proven yourself worthy." With the amulet of Tenochtitlan in his possession, Cuauhtli continued his journey, the weight of his destiny growing heavier with each step. He knew that the ultimate challenge still lay ahead, but he was ready to face whatever came his way. Cuauhtli's journey led him to the Valley of the Kings, a place where the spirits of ancient Aztec rulers were said to reside. Here, he would face the final trial, one that would test not only his strength and courage but also his heart and spirit. As he entered the valley, the air grew thick with a palpable sense of history. Majestic stone statues of past emperors lined the path, their eyes seemingly watching his every move. At the end of the valley stood a grand temple, its entrance guarded by a figure shrouded in mist. The figure stepped forward, revealing the form of a regal warrior with an imposing presence. "I am Tlasilal, the greatest warrior of the Aztec Empire," he declared. "To prevent the prophecy, you must prove your worthiness by facing me in combat. But know this, Cuauhtli, the true test lies not in defeating me but in understanding the strength of your heart." Cuauhtli nodded, his resolve unshaken. The two warriors squared off, their weapons at the ready. The battle that ensued was fierce, each strike and parry a testament to their skill and determination. Cuauhtli fought with all his might, his body pushed to its limits. As the fight wore on, Cuauhtli began to realize the truth of Tlasilal's words. The true test was not in overpowering his opponent, but in understanding the deeper meaning of his journey. He thought of the trials he had faced, the wisdom he had gained from Quetzalcoatl, the courage he had shown against Tezcatlipoca, and the strength of spirit he had demonstrated in Mictlan. With a newfound clarity, Cuauhtli lowered his weapon and spoke from his heart. "I understand now, Tlasilal. The true strength of a warrior lies not in his physical prowess but in his ability to learn, grow, and protect those he loves." Tlasilal smiled, a look of approval in his eyes. "You have indeed proven yourself, Cuauhtli. The gods chose wisely. Take this knowledge and the amulet of Tenochtitlan to the Templo Maya. There, you will confront the final challenge and fulfill your destiny." With Tlasilal's blessing, Cuauhtli made his way back to Tenochtitlan. The city was abuzz with anticipation, its people sensing the impending climax of the prophecy. Cuauhtli ascended the steps of the Templo Maya, the sacred amulet glowing brightly in his hand. At the summit, he found the high priest waiting, his eyes filled with a mixture of hope and fear. "Cuauhtli, you have returned. The moment of truth is upon us." Cuauhtli approached the altar and placed the amulet upon it. A brilliant light enveloped the temple, and the ground trembled as the gods themselves descended to witness the fulfillment of the prophecy. The spirits of Quetzalcoatl, Tezcatlipoca, and Mictlantecuhtli appeared, their presence a testament to Cuautli's trials. "The time has come," the high priest intoned. "Cuauhtli, chosen by the gods, you must offer your heart to prevent the cataclysm." Without hesitation, Cuauhtli drew his ceremonial dagger and, with a final prayer to the gods, plunged it into his chest. The amulet of Tenochtitlan absorbed his essence, and a wave of energy radiated outwards, restoring balance and averting the impending disaster. As Cuauhtli's spirit ascended to join the gods, the people of Tenochtitlán rejoiced, their hearts filled with gratitude and reverence for the warrior who had sacrificed everything to save them. The story of Cuauhtli, the chosen warrior, became legend. His name was etched into the annals of Aztec history, a symbol of courage, wisdom, and selfless sacrifice. The amulet of Tenochtitlan, now a revered artifact, was kept in the Templo Mayor, a reminder of the warrior who had saved the Aztec Empire. Generations of Aztecs grew up hearing tales of Cuauhtli's journey, each retelling a tribute to his legacy. The trials he faced and the lessons he learned inspired countless warriors and leaders, shaping the future of the empire. Cuauhtli's spirit watched over his people from the heavens, knowing that he had fulfilled his destiny and ensured the survival of his beloved Tenochtitlan. His name lived on, a beacon of hope and strength for all who followed in his footsteps. And so, the tale of Cuauhtli, the eagle warrior chosen by the gods, became immortal, a story of bravery, sacrifice, and the enduring power of the human spirit.